Lies about Disney movies. We don't look to Disney movies for historical accuracy. If Disney princesses were historically accurate, it would make some of the animation and costuming way more complicated. Here are some lies about Disney movies. Mulan. This movie is just rife with historical inaccuracy. First of all, the Chinese poem on which the film is based was written between 386 and 534 CE. But the film talks about the imperial China, where the Han leader was heading to assassinate the Emperor of China, which didn't actually exist until the early 1400s, and was the seat of the Ming and Qing dynasties, not the Emperor of China. Pocahontas. Pocahontas is drawn as a fully grown woman, when in reality she was about 11 years old when Jamestown arrived. And while she decides to stay with her family instead of move to England with John Smith in the film, the movie and its subsequent sequel fails to mention that she was later held captive and married off to an Englishman named John Rolfe. Beauty and the Beast. Belle sings about her poor provincial town and makes no claim that it's a prosperous place. And if this is the case, the townspeople would actually be pretty worn down. The situation in French towns was so bad in this era, in fact, that it led to the little thing called the French Revolution. As David Palmer points out in Profascinate, the average lifespan was 36 years during this time period. Aladdin. In the Middle East, but is full of Indian architecture and iconography. The palace, for instance, looks more like the Taj Mahal than anything you'd find in actual Middle Eastern countries. Also, the timeline is all thrown off. The position of Grand Vizier was not established until the Ottoman period, and Jasmine and Aladdin couldn't have overlooked the Egyptians building the Sphinx while their magic carpet ride, because the Sphinx really wasn't built until decades later. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Only architecture fans. Movie Mistakes pointed out all the errors, many of which have to do with the architecture of the cathedral itself. I mean, I've never seen anyone yell at their screen, "Trapdoors weren't used on scaffolds until the 18th century," or yeah, anyway. The historical background of any movie is more important, and maybe it's an essential part of it. We just focus on it to get more details about the movie.